Parts.
There we go.
Hello, and welcome to another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Today we have Changeling scene early in the morning. As a few might know, apparently when a scene is done early in the morning, it doesn't go too bad, but if it is done at night, things tend to get weird, as was shown last night. But that is neither here nor there. So, this is going to start out with someone calling a pixie. We shall go from there.
Okay. Finley is going to give a call to Cece, see if she picks up.
Yep, she'll pick up after a little bit. And just kind of say, hello?
Cece, this is Finley. How are things going?
I mean, they're going. What's up?
Well, how do you think I was going to ask about? Well, let's just say there are some questions. They're not too personal or anything. Just thought it might be good to pose them to you and maybe that rather large and intimidating friend of yours.
Ah, him.
I mean, that's the only place I know to meet up. We could meet up there maybe and talk. His place, so it's probably safe.
Not really. It's easily broken into.
Oh, but we don't know anyone who would pick locks.
Oh yeah, totally. No. Who would ever pick locks? Anyway, yeah, sure, that's fine. I'm gonna need more alcohol.
Well, I'll meet you there in a little bit then.
Okay.
And he'll hang up and make his way out there after having a smoke and coffee.
Okay. So, Kincaid. There was that window was supposed to be closed.
Closed, was it? Supposed to be closed? In the middle of my workday? Supposed to be closed?
That you remember very specifically that door was, or that window was closed.
I will with stupidity send a minion to go check my window and ask why it's open. Minion. By the way, they don't have names in my kitchen. Everyone's just minion.
Oh my god.
DiD. At least they're
Minion.
not small
Go
and yellow.
close the door.
They're not small and yellow.
They just kind of nod their head slightly and go to check the window. They walk over there. And they look outside and they eventually shut it and they just kind of say, I guess somebody must have left it open.
Guess?
Yeah, I didn't see anyone.
Man, there sure are a lot of potatoes in the peeling.
Yes, sir.
Good minion.
My name's Angela.
I'm sure it is.
There is no sure about it. It is.
Is this the sous chef?
Yes.
Damn it. He takes the pig's blood that he has in his finger and he walks and he puts a big A on her shirt. And he goes, okay, everyone, this minion has a name. It's Angela. If you don't call her Angela, I'm going to get mad. This is a special minion. Angela is the name that I'm going to have to remember. At some point, you will all become less than minions, and you too will earn a name. Go forth, minion. I mean, Angela.
She looks horrified that you put pig's blood on her white, nice and white and clean uniform.
I swear to Christ, if you wipe that off, we're gonna have a problem.
She looks like she
I
was
have
about to, but
difficulty
she kind
remembering
of stops.
Move it, Angela.
Yes, yeah, boss. Okay.
Prep tonight. Everyone else is doing other things. Where's my pen? It's not a recipe, it's just hatred. It's a recipe. He's just writing hatred on a piece of paper over and over again.
She ain't even gonna fuck with that. So you just kind of hear a chuckle from above you.
He looks up.
A very familiar face hanging once again from that lamp, or from the light.
We've had this discussion before.
Yeah, we have.
So, yeah. So I kicked you in the chest like twice.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
I think you might be a little salty.
Anyway, there's somebody who wants to speak with you. You're going outside and you're going to talk with them.
Am I eating these people?
No, you were not. You were having a conversation with them like a civilized red cap.
You're asking a lot.
Well, I didn't think I'd have to ask to not be kicked in the chest. But,
Okay, look, it was really tall. How many times I gotta tell you? Okay, I had to adjust for height.
I am 5'9". I am
Okay, when on the way down, my
shortest
foot doesn't
things.
care how tall people. On the way down, the bag swing. Okay, this is probably not even my fault. It's that prodigal's fault. It's
Get
totally
out.
his fault. That's what happened.
Into the freaking thing and go talk to the man.
Right. He's got his whites on and he comes outside I'm taking a smoke break. I'm killing anyone who's not done when I come back. Okay, I'm not really going to, but think about it.
I hear that. Please tell me I can hear that.
You hear that?
Jesus.
And then he walks outside. So have fun.
Is Cece out there also? I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
She'll walk out there as well.
Okay. So Finley's there, and he looks. Now he met him before. He met. I just gotta ask. He met Kincaid before he was hit with the enchantment whammy. So should he remember meeting him, or like how's that work?
You remember him?
You remember this creepy redheaded chef? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's really pretty. He's got an appearance before.
I know. Excuse me, like, so, I guess, I assume they're like in an alley,
Yep.
Okay. Just gotta look around and be like, so, had a thought. All right, I'll get straight to the point. Look, there's some, how we say, tension between my folk and yours. Like, not pleasant interactions.
Nope.
Cece, you know about those, right? You mentioned that.
You're talking to me, not her.
Actually, I'm talking to both of you. That was
Speed it up.
Point.
Yeah, there's some tension.
All right, so My goal is to kind of make that less of a thing if possible, because there's a lot worse than mages or changelings in this city, if you know what I'm saying. By the way, he's speaking in a quiet tone of voice.
All you prodigals are idiots anyway. It doesn't really matter.
Well, I mean, there's idiots in every group from what I've seen. So, I mean, that's going to be a thing no matter where you go.
Yeah.
But again, there are worse things than us running around. It'd be nice if we didn't waste our time fighting each other.
She'll
threatening to fight
actually
each
just
other.
kind of lift a finger and she'll just kind of say, "So when you guys get in a fight, you ever you ever kick your allies?"
Well, there was this one guy who got punched in the face, but to be fair, he called that person a whore. But I mean, you were there for that.
But
and that
okay,
wasn't really a
like,
fight, so.
Yeah, on accident. Like, have you, as a group, just been fighting this one thing? And then, you know, one of your teammates fucks up twice in a row, and like hits another person, another finger waggling magician. That ever happened?
I can't say I've personally witnessed it, but it sounds like it could happen. Maybe.
She looks straight over to Kincaid and says, "You can't call them fuck ups."
Is that a new rule now? Is that a thing?
Because from what it sounds like, you fucked up more than they have.
Wow, he's just gonna kind of like blink a few times, like, "Oh, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole." He's like,
one of his perfectly arched eyebrows arches in her general direction, and he looks more dangerous
and hungry.
She just kind of gives him that look, like, "Yeah, I fucking said it. What you gonna do?"
Oh, she gives him that face? Yeah, he grabs her by the hair and pulls her over to him. Unless she dances out the way with her dexterity.
I'm gonna need you to make a roll for that.
God damn it. Now. Didn't you like it better when she didn't dodge and she just let you do all this?
I did. Life was easier when she wasn't rolling 10 dice to move out of the way.
I know, right?
Life's easier when you're that's what Daddy says.
Oh my gosh.
It's all Kim's fault. She created this relationship. It's not my fault.
I ain't do shit.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So yeah, that'll just be like a dex brawl for a grapple to grab her.
My 5 dice versus her 10 dice is gonna be awesome.
I will say I've already rolled her dex athletics. You're gonna need 5 successes or more.
Then he'll do strength sprawl for grapple. That'll work. It's more dice. 6 dice. So not gonna happen. What?
What? What?
Bitches.
What? Oh wait, hold on. There were 2 10s in her roll as well. Let me recalculate this.
Jesus. Does he get a specialty dice?
Okay, actually,
I wish
she got 7 successes.
That was still pretty damn impressive.
I didn't notice that she had 10s. My apologies.
My life. 1 away, like always.
I'm sorry, I didn't see the 10s.
Had I put a willpower in there, I would have got her, but I didn't.
So close. So how does that play out?
He reaches out to grab her, and he gets really fucking close. Like, you're pretty sure that, he does. He has a couple strands of her hair, actually, which, in this picture version of her, since her face changes on the regular, it's just white.
Is her hair red yet?
Not yet. It's still white.
I'm working on it.
But she flutters her wings and she kind of flies herself backwards, just, barely getting out, which was kind of, she lost a couple strands of hair with that as well. And she just kind of glares at him.
So, what? You want to make friendly, nice mage, whatever? You want to make friendly, nice you and us time? How?
Well, the simplest way to do it would be do what I've been doing, hang out with you folks, but preferably, if they can remember, I don't know. Basically, how to put this? If you guys need some help and I can help out, cool. I mean, I'm not going to give away secrets, not that I know very many, but if there's anything I can do to help out, I'll help you guys out.
Sure, you want to break into a bar, steal some security tapes?
I might know a guy for that, actually.
I already have a thief. I just want to know if you want to come along for extra muscle. Well, it would go great into building a relationship.
You see, here's the thing. My muscle, so to speak. Okay. I don't know what it's like for you guys. I don't know how you guys come into existence, but for us, and this isn't a secret, this is pretty obvious to anyone who interacts with us. There's people and then there's mages. And when you become a mage, you don't necessarily start off flinging fireballs and stuff like that. I haven't really gotten to that point.
They effing throw fireballs?
I mean, I've heard there's at least one person in the city who can do that. I don't know if I've met them. But
so you can't do anything to help?
Well, I'm pretty good at noticing stuff. And if you give me something to look at, I can tell you a lot about it. Who owned it last? What kind of strange material it might be made out of? Sometimes I can spot people who are invisible.
Yeah, we can already do that.
Well, I mean, I also have a crap ton of money and some financial influence, but, that's not really a mage thing. That's a me thing.
Wait, you've got money?
Not on me. Well, some, but yeah.
I need you to pay a thief for me. Can you do that?
Depending on their fees. I mean, I'm not living in a giant mansion or anything, but
okay. Hey, Cece, what are your fees?
She is glaring at him. Just hatred glaring. And she's just kind of like,
she's not a thief. She doesn't even know how to pick locks.
Yeah. I don't know how to pick locks. Let me roll some minutes as she glares at Kincaid.
He knows that's not true, by the way. He's just saying that to go with the earlier joke. He saw her pick the lock to this place.
Yeah. And I'm not a thief. Thank you very much. I'm an acrobat.
You're an acrobatic thief.
I mean,
She just looks at Kincaid and cracks her knuckles and flexes and does all sorts of weird contortions. And she's just kind of like, fine, challenge accepted. I hope you put new locks on your restaurant tonight.
What are you going to steal, meat?
She just smiles and then looks back to Finley. Actually, wait. What security tapes? What are you talking about? Oh, is this for the thing for last night?
Yeah.
Why do we need the security tapes?
Because cover your ears, mortal.
Just fucking whisper it in my ear.
Okay.
You try to do anything, though, and I'll punch you in the face.
I'm perfectly willing to accept being punched in the face for this bite in your ear. I'm okay with that.
Just fucking tell me.
Okay, he whispers, he goes, Octavian's having issues with the fact that we might not have. There might be some other ways to identify us. They might not have seen the fight, but they might have seen some people going in and out, like all of us, maybe.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're on the hook just like I am, kid.
Kid? How old are you?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you know how old you are.
I think I'm like 30. I think.
Yeah, okay, you're the kid here.
Seriously.
What can I say?
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I have some feels about what just happened. Anyway, he goes, all right, works for me. You gonna do it or what?
Oh, no?
Why not?
Because I can change my face. It doesn't matter if I get caught or not. They won't know it's me. She does finger guns.
Can you do me it could be a favor for a friend.
Then I would require a boon from you, and you would be in my service. And do you really want that?
Sounds fun.
Kind of rolls her eyes. You do realize you're not the only one on that tape, so you'd have to talk to Karina as well.
About what?
About this favor. If I'm getting the tapes, you and her are both on it. And thank you, Biscuit. So, are you getting what I'm saying here? You know, just getting the tapes for you doesn't work, because that would also be covering Karina's ass. And, you know,
I'll help.
you'd fuck up the job so badly, let's be real. You'll probably eat through the door.
Will not eat through the door. I know what to eat. I know where to put my mouth.
Yet you don't know where to put your foot.
Really? Really?
Just kind of smiles.
Okay, well, what about the guy? Maybe he's got some kind of superpowers that can help.
Looks over to the guy. Looks back. That's a prodigal, and I am, you know, not of a certain colors, I shall say. I don't have those colors for a certain thing that deals with them.
Mm-hmm.
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 Mm-hmm. There's like 13 of those bitches in the city, though. That
You
deal.
want us to introduce him to those guys?
I mean, technically, they're the ones
that's
that are
what we're
supposed to
supposed to
deal
do.
with that in the first place, anyway. Yeah.
Let's go take him there, and then we can go do the thing.
What is this? We go do the thing. That is a you thing. You and a Karina.
How about how you want to come with me? Don't act
No.
like you don't.
Nope.
Are you gonna nope your way out of this situation?
I have no obligations to you.
All right. Okay. I'll take him.
In OOC terms, I ain't a dot on your sheet.
You brought me, bitch.
Oh my.
Oh, she ain't.
Out of character. Shit. I got dice pools. I'll use them. Anyway, he walks over. He goes, "I'll take you to the people you need to see." I warn you. I warn you. I make no promises about your survival.
Do they make a habit of killing people like me? Because that sounds like a bad idea. If so,
They're professional soldiers.
I mean, I can live with that.
You're the wrong shit. I'm not going to be there to protect you. Hell, I'm not even going to vouch for you. I'm going to say this guy wants to make sure that the relations between us don't suck. There's guys for that.
Cool. Then I'm fine with it. Either tell me to fuck off or kill me or whatever. It'll be straightforward.
All right. I'll talk to Karina, CC. Me and this guy are going to go for a ride.
Okay.
Unless you want to come with us.
Nope. I have things to do, plans to start planning for.
The salt level has risen.
She gives no fucks.
I know that's the problem. And he says, he yells inside, I'm going on a break. It's going to be like an hour. Don't fuck up. Close the door.
You just hear the sous chef quietly say, but you were already on break.
Oh,
Angela, was that you?
No, boss.
Way to pay attention, kid. Good job. He goes, he takes off his whites. Underneath, he has a black t-shirt and like he's wearing some black jeans, and he has the cooking like loafer things, like the Crocs. he's got black Crocs on, and he's kind of walks over to his vehicle. You coming?
oh, sure. And he'll go with.
He drives to where they would be.
Let me check the rumor, but if I remember correctly, they were staying with the Duke. Let me go check that rumor again, though. Because it's either the Duke or the Count.
Through my Duke.
I'm
not gonna be.
Yeah, they're staying with the Duke.
I'm not gonna be asking with you, man. Fuck you, Anthony. Anyway,
What?
nothing. Talk to myself. Being salty.
You always salty. So yeah, y'all drive up to the Duke's place. There are some guards standing outside.
They look like normal people to me.
Yep.
There's a bunch of trolls.
They a bunch of trolls.
Somebody. He looks over and he goes, I have a scat thatch problem.
I would remind you to not use terms like that in front of those who are not one of us.
If I'd have said I had a problem for them, would you have known who I was talking about?
There are better ways to veil your words.
I'll take that under advisement.
You would do well to.
Who's your dedicated one character? This guy.
I like these people.
They look hella pissed at you, but don't say anything. Then they will open the gate to a large castle, because this is Dublin, Ireland. And the Duke has a frickin' castle in the Grey World. So, y'all go in, and there's leads you through the courtyard. Y'all go through some winding and waving kind of things, and then you get to the receptionist desk, quote unquote receptionist desk. It's basically just kind of like a squire that's just kind of tells people where to go. And she looks up at you guys and says, how may I help you today?
They out there tell you who I'm here to see?
I believe so, yes.
Where they at?
Follow me, sir.
He does. Follows her.
And
on the way there, he says, okay, if I stop and act kind of funny to anybody, just do what I do. And don't talk to anybody. And don't ask anything unless they say it's okay. Okay?
So, She leads you guys through the hallways and eventually.
Anyway.
What the? I mean, you're gonna go see a House Scathach Oracle. What did you expect? A non-witchy looking person? Fuck.
Chick needs a sandwich. She'll be alright.
What's her appearance score, and what does she look like in the gray world?
I was getting there. Can I narrate that you guys open the door first?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys walk through, and the attendant will knock on the door. A couple seconds later, this woman, actually no, she ain't a bitch. She don't open no doors. You'll hear her come in, and the receptionist will open the door and motion for you guys to enter. And then when everyone enters, they will shut the door behind you and go on about their way. In the room is this woman with a couple other she as well. It's clear that at least in this particular room with there's two other she, including or not including herself, so there's 3 total. And a troll who's just kind of the troll is passed out on the bed. And she's playing with tarot cards. And she'll look up. She's appearance 6 with a specialty in probably no, I don't want to say esoteric because that seems like a really weird appearance specialty.
Yeah, exotic.
Exotic, yes. There we go. The other 2 they're about appearance, 4. They ain't that good. They have a lot of scars. It's clear that they fight a lot, or they tend to be the more prominent fighters of the group. And so, in the gray world, she still has the purple irises, and her black hair is kind of all over the place. But other than that, she looks like just a really good-looking human. Meanwhile, in the autumn world, she got pointed ears and House Scathach colors and a little emblem that kind of denotes that she's an oracle.
Question: does the she +2 appearance carry over to the mortal seeming or no?
I believe so. I can't remember.
If so, then she is ridiculously beautiful. There's okay, that's not human. That strikes me so. Yeah, okay.
It's very possible for you to go into Uncanny Valley. So
okay.
Kincaid drops to his knees when he goes in there. He drags Idiot with him.
Oh, he doesn't need to be prodded. He's kneeling.
She will look over at you both and flip over tarot card. Interesting. How may I help you both?
This guy wants to play in our pool. I'm supposed to bring him to you. So I did.
Is this so? She's looking at Finley and asking this.
Sorry, what did she say then?
Is this so? Or is that so? Sorry.
Let's see, how's he going to say this? I want to make sure that the relations between our folk are less hostile than they may have been.
I see. And have they been hostile before?
From everything I've been told thus far, there have been some tense situations.
How unfortunate. If I am correct, you are one of the... She looks you up and down, turns back to her cards, flips another one over. then looks back. Oh, a magus. Curious. And you wish to fix the current relate. Oh, see, hold on. Blah, 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 blah. And you wish to fix the current relations, correct?
That's correct.
Tell me, without lying, everything you know of our society. I am sure that you have been told quite a lot. But I want to know what you know. There must be recompense after all. This is not a one-sided deal. If we are to...
He's going to rattle off a series of facts which are kind of woefully incomplete, but still are more than what he should remember, given he's only had 1 or 2 encounters with changelings so far. He knows there's different kinds. He knows the names of the knockers. He knows the names of pixies, satyrs, and that's it. But he also knows there's other types he doesn't know the names of yet. He knows they use currency called dross. He doesn't know what that is. He knows they have nobles who seem to lead their groups. And they also have the ability to enchant mortals to allow them to see in the Fey realm, and they tend to forget things afterwards. And also they can make promises on the dreaming, which apparently enforces those promises. Oh, and banality is a horrible thing. Oh, and this guy apparently eats people. That's kind of the extent of his knowledge.
She looks over to Kincaid. And that look she has is pretty much just kind of like low-key, oh, we're gonna fucking talk later.
Kincaid smiles. He doesn't know what that look means. He doesn't have no empathy.
I don't either. It's okay. I think you'll be perfectly fine.
Yes, she just gives you this look. The other two she at this time have kind of perked up, and the troll is awake. The troll doesn't look too happy, actually, because he kind of woke up in the middle of that, and then, when he just kind of looks over and he sees this fucking mortal rattling off, knowledge that he ain't supposed to know, the troll's just kind of like, who the fuck I'm beating up today kind of look. But, so... Biscuit, you asshole! Sorry, he just dumped his food out all across my floor. Anyway. So, this woman will nod. And she'll say, I don't believe I ever caught your names.
That's addressed to both of them?
Mm-hmm.
Which name do you want?
Mortal.
Kincaid Duncern.
And when the mortal has left the room, I will ask for your other. And she looks at Finley.
Finley Weiss.
Can I tell him something, ma'am?
She inclines her head slightly.
Don't do that again.
Both OC and IC, he has no idea what he's been told not to do.
Do not give your name again.
You did tell me to answer all questions truthfully and honestly.
Yep. Just letting you know. Hospitality and all. We got rules.
He seems very confused by this. Like, okay, you tell me to give my name. You tell me to answer all the questions and be polite as possible, or I'll get killed. She tells me outright to tell her everything truthfully and honestly. I do that, and now you're giving me shit for it. What the hell? But he's keeping his mouth shut, so. He figures it's a cultural taboo.
You know, we have nobles. Do you understand what each rank is?
Honestly, no idea. I mean, I could go look up a medieval textbook, but I don't know how much that would apply. So, effectively, no.
She nods her head, and she, you know, puts all of her tarot cards back into the deck. And she doesn't really say anything as she sets them back up again. I don't know what it's called, but it's just kind of like, you know,
Shuffling them, essentially.
not exactly shuffling. She's kind of laid out the cards, and now she's picking 3 out. When she has them all set back on the table, she will look over and say, "Since we are all being frank here, and if my name ever gets out, I will know, and I will know exactly who it got out from, at least in the mage community. Mr. Wise, I am Countess."
He's actually going to raise a hand, like he's not going to speak out of turn, but he's raising his hand before she gives her name, like he's got something important to say.
Yes.
If full disclosure, even if I don't give your name, there are people who could possibly prize it out of my mind. Just letting you know, and my employer is one of those people. I doubt he has reason to, but that could happen someday. But I will do my best to keep my mind closed.
You better. I am Countess Minuet Evening Mist. I usually just go by Minuet. So, since you know so very much about us, and while I know a good bit about you, I highly doubt Mr. Kincaid does, and it seems that he has been with you for quite some time. So why don't you enlighten him a bit more about your kind?
OSC, is she asking Finley to explain what mages are?
She is expecting Finley to give as much relevant knowledge about mages as he has relevant knowledge about changelings. Kind of like an even trade kind of deal.
Yeah, it'd be all generalisms, and given his limited knowledge, it's not going to be anything too helpful. But he'll say, well, not to be sounding condescending, but mages do magic. We change reality. As far as I can tell, the method and the means don't seem to matter. Everyone does it differently. Let's see. Every group has their own organization. We don't have nobility like you do, at least not as far as I'm aware. Our quote unquote special currency is something we call quintessence. And I think there's anything else. Just like we don't have different physical features like you folks do, like knockers and the like, but we do have different what you would call traditions, which are basically groups that associate because they have similar beliefs or their magic works in a similar way. And OC, I think that's pretty much an even exchange. Because again, his factoids are pretty limited. Yeah, okay, and that's all generalisms, so.
Use this knowledge well, Mr. Kincaid.
He goes, yes, ma'am.
So, you wish to bridge the gap between your kind and mine, if I remember correctly? Yes?
As much as is possible. If the two of us can't be working closely together, then at the very least we should avoid stepping on each other's toes, I suppose is the polite way of putting it. There are far worse things in this city than either of our kinds.
Keep saying that. Like what?
Well, I'm not an expert, but this isn't how to put this. There's a group called the Technocracy. From everything I've been told, have either of you seen a movie called The Men in Black? Or heard of them? It's okay. Well, they use science, a lot of it. They can do things just as impressive as we can, holograms, stuff like that. Except they seem to want to kill all the people who aren't like them. I mean, not normal people, but ages. And from the sound of it, they don't really like anything that's different from standard humans or them. They call them deviants.
I see.
Oh, see, that's pretty much the extent of his knowledge about the Union.
She leans back, nods. As expected, we have our own enemies we must deal with as well that seem to have an infestation in this city. A four-sided war would not be pleasant for either of us.
I'd imagine not.
Is there... Is there a head of your group, shall we say, that speaks for the majority? Or that has the authority to speak for the majority?
OC, I'm thinking about that, and this is completely OC, guys. I'm thinking, mages don't have kings. We pretty much just have whoever's the biggest cheese, right? That's kind of my impression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like
You know for a fact who it is. In character.
I don't know that there's one person. I know there's multiple people who have like leadership positions.
No, you know that there's a person that speaks for all the traditions.
No, I don't. First I've
You
heard
don't
of
know
it
about
is
Siren. Out of here, you don't know about Siren's dad.
I've heard about him in character, but no one's ever told my character he speaks for all the traditions or anything like that.
Okay.
What he's going to say is, as far as I know, there are individuals who have seniority, so to speak, but I don't specifically know of one person in the city who speaks for everyone. My employer has some influence, but I wouldn't say he, in any way, shape, or form, has run of the city. I know some other people who would be similar in rank to him.
And who is your employer?
Would it be acceptable if I simply tell you who they're affiliated with rather than giving
Who
out specific names?
is your employer?
He's obviously thinking about this like, yeah, if I hold this back, I'm probably not leaving this room alive. My employer is a foreign businessman, and he's going to, because I think Sideshow, I don't know Sideshow's last name actually, and I seem to remember Evan telling me even my character doesn't officially know his last name. I just run his accounts. So he'll just say his name is Sideshow. And I don't know a last name. No, and that's he just looks and says, "You can understand why. While I am very interested in keeping friendly negotiations and everything else going on here, try to think of this from my point of view. There are things I don't want to be saying." At least not until we have something more to show for signs of cooperation.
She gets a wickedly large grin on her face when you say it's Sideshow. And then she will stand up and walk towards a door, which you can assume just kind of leads into another room. She will knock on it. And a moment later, she will open the door and enter and shut it behind her. There will be a small conversation. And then who comes out next is, well, I don't have a picture for him, so we're going to throw this up. Hey! Hey, Finley. You remember Esmeralda, right?
Name's ringing a bell. OT
The
reminder?
woman who came to get the body.
Yeah.
She will walk out.
It'll take him a minute to remember because that was a brief encounter, but then when he does, he's like, "Oh." And I think he's still been kneeling this whole time, so he stays there. His knees hurt.
Yeah, the Countess liked watching you guys kneel before her, but that's just to get her own little rocks off.
Sorry to interrupt, but is it too late to join it?
Unless another PC calls you, and I can't think of a really good reason how to get you in here.
Right.
Unless a PC calls you in.
I don't have your number.
Because this is kind of it's at the Duke's palace in the wing that the Scathach are staying in. So I don't really I can't figure out how to hold on, I'm thinking.
The Countess could ask, is anybody else involved? And
Yeah. Well, it's not the Countess anymore. This is another person.
They could ask what Fae I've met or something like that, because that does make a really short list.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as ones that he's interacted with for more than 5 seconds. Counting the orgy room.
Yeah.
If not, it's fine.
No. It'll probably just take a couple more minutes to get through the RP required.
So yeah. So the chick who recovered the body is here.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
And she remembers very clearly what was said with Scishow.
Mhm.
And she also heard the Duke's notes. Scishow and them had to have a talk later with the Duke. That was also a thing. It's not good.
Ooh, that's politics.
So she walks out. And she looks at you. She's just kind of will say, "Ah, you again."
Pardon me, I don't know the rank or title. Should be respectful.
Good.
Oh, see, I don't think she actually introduced herself to him.
Not to him, she introduced herself to Scishow. But Finley was around Scishow. But all she did was say, her name was Esmeralda Elris.
In that case, he's going to go with he doesn't have her rank.
And she will just kind of look and say, "Good."
Now, how would you prefer me to address you?
Miss Elris is fine.
All right.
How have you been?
Sorry, was that a how have you been?
Yes. Sorry, my mic's being shit.
That's all good. It's all good. I thought she was asking him something at first. Something different. Well, a little bit nervous under the circumstances. I'm sure you can understand. Kind of smiles thinly.
Of course. It seems you have curious reasons for, well, not exactly curious reasons, but it is curious that it is you coming to extend the olive branch, so to speak.
If it needs to be clarified, I only represent myself in this room. I do want to help improve relations, but I have no authority. And he looks over towards what was her name? Evening Mist?
Yes, she's no longer in the room, though. She
Okay.
didn't leave the room when she went in.
He'll look towards the door where she exited. I'm not here representing my employer.
Mm-hmm. I've heard a bit about your employer. It's always been interesting.
He's a fair man. And he genuinely believes that, by the way.
That is curious, given how the last time he interacted with our kind, we were insulted. But either way, what changelings have you interacted with? Actually, she wouldn't have said changelings. She would have said, who of my kind have you interacted with?
Primarily Cece, this fellow here, and there was this one knocker. OC, I know he had his name introduced and everything else, so he'll give that. OC, I'm forgetting the crap out of it. I'm sorry, Ian.
He never said he was a knocker, though.
No, but he figured that out. He has a couple of Kith names down.
Ah. It's Zeke.
Okay, so he'll give that.
Mr. Duncern, do you have their numbers?
Marcus.
I'm listening.
Okay. You're being addressed by Esmeralda.
She has a Mr. Duncern, do you have, is all I heard.
Oh. Do you have a way to contact the changelings he spoke of?
I
Do so, and invite them here.
He calls up Zeke and Karina and tells them that there's a meeting at the Duke's with the people that these people here that they need to show up at. Poor Cece. He calls her too.
She doesn't pick up.
Well, she can just not pick up. He said call and say get in touch with.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take a little bit, but Zeke will show up eventually.
Mm-hmm. And to get Austin in on this,
Austin, brace yourself. It's going to be one of those days.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah, it could be one of those days, like running into a werewolf or something.
Not quite so bad.
Can we get Liam? Liam was awesome.
Yeah, let's just bring all the mages over here too while we're at it. Why not?
I'm just playing. I like Liam.
I need to get more.
He's useful.
I need more changeling time.
That's fair.
yes. So you were just kind of, you know what? You were around and about Austin, and you see, you know, there you hear rumors because you don't really know why, but you were just kind of. Oh, sorry. You were just kind of chilling around the Duke's palace for reasons unknown. Perhaps you were getting food.
Food is
Because-
good. I like food.
Because the sweet little boggin, Lin Yao, makes some great food for the Duke, and she's like the sweetest of the sweet. So you've heard rumors, and by heard rumors I mean there's a few of the squires kind of standing down the hallway to the room that the Scathach are staying in for the moment. And they're all just kind of whispering amongst themselves, saying, There's something going on. They brought a prodigal. The prodigals are talking to the Scathach.
Brrr. That catches an ear. And I'ma go wander my way that way.
You'll hear more people saying, little things like they've got a red cap, and apparently this mage knows a lot about us. It's not looking too good. So you kind of head down the hall and everything, and then the door just kind of opens. A hand reaches out, and you're pulled into the room. For those of you who are already in the room, the troll just kind of walked to the door, stuck his hand out, grabbed somebody, and then pulled him in. And that person that was pulled in was the lovely, lovely Gilly Doo.
And there is an audible yipe! And I look around and I see a troll who's grabbed me.
You see a red cap.
Mhm.
You see a mage.
Mhm.
You see 3 she,
Mm-hmm.
all wearing House Scathach colors. You see, fuck. You see a knocker. Am I getting everyone? Yeah, I think I got everyone. We're good. And they're all just kind of looking tense, shall we say. Very, very tense in this room.
Blink, blink. Blink, blink. Blink.
Link.
So, for those of you who have not met Crib, he looks much like his picture does for his Feymain, as in the raised image, except his foliage is roses and ivy, moss, some thorn. The flowers that grow off of him are black and gold. He is the bark that makes up his skin is green and silver.
By the way, you've met this mage before. You just
Yep.
never spoke with him.
Yep, I have. And then I look at the prodigal. Oh boy.
For those who haven't met Zeke, Zeke looks like a standard walker. He is about 4 foot even, that he's leaning on pretty heavily. He just stays quiet for the moment.
How wonderful of you to join us, both of you. She says nonchalantly, after the troll just kind of pulled this dude in. I hope
And
everyone.
Sorry. Yeah. Finley seems to recognize this guy.
Zeke offers a bow as he can't really kneel.
He will nod his head towards Zeke. Arch an eyebrow at the prodigal and continue to chew on the lovely cookie he got from the boggin that left it on the tray.
Please, all of you sit. There's no need for kneeling or bowing currently, now that the pleasantries have been moved out of the way.
I like it here.
I'm sure you do.
Let's go find a seat and take a seat.
And
will.
Finley, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Finley's going to sit wherever he's expected to sit.
He will take a seat, and then place the remainder of the small pile of cookies that he took from the lovely Logan, and man, these are good cookies, into the center of the table and kind of like, oh, here we go.
There's some really good cookies.
Just gonna nod. They are. I feel it's proper to share.
So, it seems... How to put this? Well, Minster Finley, why don't you say what you came here for?
Well, I've noticed, to put it as simply and shortly as possible, I've noticed there are tensions between our two folk, and I'm hoping to try and mend that a little bit. I don't represent anyone but myself. I don't have any authority to speak of. I'm simply hoping that we can avoid, as was phrased earlier, embarking on a four-way war or anything of that nature. There's no need for anything like that.
Indeed not. And how do you plan on doing this?
Well, my personal idea had been if there are any issues I could assist with. I mean, not a professional diplomat, if that wasn't painfully obvious. But if there are things I can do to help out that don't directly fly in the face of my own people's need for secrecy and so on, I'd be more than happy to assist. It might also do some good to see one of my people interacting peaceably with yours, if that's allowed in any way, shape, or form. That would probably be helpful. That's the idea I came with.
Given that this is not our territory, is there anyone in this room who wishes to take up this duty? Of being a liaison? Because I believe the last Houth Scathach member here was killed.
What do you need in a so-called liaison?
Someone elegant.
Looks down at himself. I think that sort of takes me out of it. I'm not all that elegant.
I am not beholden to the local fealty chains. My liege lord is from a different ducky, and it would be rude for me to step on those toes.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm willing to, just not all that elegant.
OC, just so I understand what was said, the short fellow basically bowed out because he's, quote, not elegant. And Austin, your character, basically, the one who got pulled in through the door, basically said, I'm not part of the local command structure, to put it briefly.
No, what Zeke said was, well, that kind of leaves me out. I'm not all that elegant. He said, not that I'm not willing to, I'm just not all that elegant. Basically,
Yeah.
leaving it open if she wants to change her mind on the elegant part.
That part I got. It was Austin's that I wasn't sure about.
Yeah, it was essentially I'm not in the local command chain.
Yeah, okay.
Then who here is?
The Baroness Karina Stormfury has been involved from the beginning. I think she would make a fine representative.
Oh, see Marcus. Karina gonna be salty as fuck. Oh,
Can I get an intelligence politics to recognize that name?
uh,
Or wits politics, rather?
sure.
Also, OC, my character is fairly sure that Baronesses outrank both counts and dukes, but he's not going to make a gamble on that.
Oh,
He's
please
not
say
going
something
to.
about that.
He ain't
Dare
going
you.
to.
So I got 4 successes.
Lady Karina Stormfury is a House Asen Baroness, which is who is played by Tim Sherman.
Yes.
Yeah, is Tim, and they're I believe they're landless. Yeah, because I said no one was coming in with land because all the barren spots are taken up, but there are plenty rooms and ways for you guys to gain that. But anyway, so yes, the red cap just kind of offered this house Asen Baroness up for the duty. Which, you know, if you know anything about you know about House Asen, so, or Eason, it's a weird name. So yeah, he just kind of nominated Wildlife House to do politic house stuff. Nothing could go wrong. This is gonna be great. So she inclines her head. Is anyone able to get a hold of Lady Stormfury?
I have it on good authority. She will be arriving soon.
OC, is Tim coming?
That is a good question. You know, see, is Tim coming then? Is he?
I thought Marcus just said yes.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be horrible.
It's going to be wonderful.
Maze balls.
I'm going to wake up in a dumpster with literally no memory of any of this. Like, what? Enchantment doesn't work? I don't care.
Very possible. There are plenty of
There are other ways to ensure amnesia.
Yep. There are arts for that.
Uh-huh.
So, wait, is Finley enchanted?
Nope.
He is not.
Okay.
He's seen
Mage.
everything in the Grey World.
Okay. So, you just see a slightly pudgy guy with 2 different colored eyes. Well, you've seen him before.
Pudge,
Yep.
pudge.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, he obviously recognizes you.
Mm-hmm.
So, other than this war, is there any other particular reason as to why you were so suddenly wanting to fix the relationship between the mages and ourselves?
I mean, that is a fairly strong reason, but
Like an eyebrow goes real high when it's identified that he is a mage.
apart from that, however, this much I can tell you because it's my personal choice to say. I'm not directly affiliated with any specific group of my kind. I don't know if there is such a category with your folk, but with mine, it means that were it not for my employer, I would not have any standing whatsoever. As it is, I still pretty much have no standing. But essentially, I am, to an extent, I can be my own agent.
She nods her head and says, "We have positions similar." Eyes, ever so slightly, look at the commoners in the room.
I am showing house colors.
There's still 2 commoners in the room.
That is true.
Doesn't he care that he's not a part of a house or a commoner? He likes that.
When they tell me to get my red cap ass up and leave, I get my red cap ass up and leave. Till then, I'm chilling on my knees, staring at the crotch of this freaking countess.
She told you to get up.
He's enjoying staring at her crotch. He keeps telling people that's why he likes kneeling.
Wait, when did you get in a house?
He swore an oath.
Oh, yeah.
Of fealty, and I was
Baylor. Yep.
and I was squired.
That was never blue booked, by the way. So that will need to be rectified soon.
Blue booking is everyone's friend.
Mm-hmm. No comment.
Adding it now.
Yeah. I got kind of confused there for a moment because it was like, I don't think this good dude came in with a house.
I didn't come in with a house, but I squired.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So,
Because I character, aren't they all like super tall?
who?
She?
No, not particularly. There's a couple of them that are shorter. Esmeralda, she's about average height. She's 5'6".
Let's put it this way. Kincaid is 6'2". So when he kneels, he's right where he wants to be on basically anyone.
Ain't that close though, so he's just kind of like
since they have-
staring from across the room.
Yeah, he is. He doesn't think it's creepy. He's perfectly comfortable being there. He learned this from Sullivan.
Who,
If anybody asks him why he's still kneeling, he'll tell them.
Oh, that'll be so bad. 'Cause then oh man.
Hey, my character's eyes aren't glued there. Just say it. He's more paying attention to literally everyone else in the room who might be killing him. Including the short guy. For all I know, the short guy turned into a giant.
Chimerical steroids is the thing.
Short guy just will make sure you don't have any ankles to stand on.
Exactly.
Is there anything else that needs to be stated before this Baroness comes in?
Perhaps we should
Oh,
orchestrate neutral meeting ground. So that
Indeed.
we do not endanger the secrecy or the lives of both our kinds.
This will have to be done in concordance with the mages as well. This cannot be something that is chosen purely by us. So she'll look to Finley and just kind of say, which means you are going to have to speak with them after this meeting. And there will no doubt be many more later on down the line.
Oh, see, she's basically saying, "Go tell your bosses, don't be doing this independently."
She's pretty much telling you, not that it needs to be done independently, but because this is also kind of like a group activity, sort of, that more people from his side should be here to decide a neutral meeting place. It shouldn't be just the changelings who decide this.
He'll kind of shrug a bit and say, "Well, I'm pretty sure I can find one or two people who are open-minded."
Good.
Is that coming?
This would be a good place to end the scene, honestly. But
yep.
Yes, so.
because I can't think of anything else unless you guys have anything that you need to say. Because the only thing I can think is, we're just going to have some mages show up and there's going to be a talk between...
We can't really have any conversations between like we normally would have with Finley because, well, Oz is watching.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke will offer his card for contact information to those that would like it. Don't know if the Scath Hatch people will take one, but he'll offer it.
Scath Hatch won't.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
I was going to ask, what's on Finley's card?
Finley isn't giving a card.
Oh, who was given the card?
Zeke.
Oh, Zeke.
Yeah. I already gave Finley a card
Okay.
first team they met.
Sorry, I was...
But it does say Zeke, Little Child, and Master Craftsman, and a number to get a hold of him at.
Okay. Crib will take the card. Look it over. Pocket it. Well,
So, ending scene.
Yep. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Doodle.